Okay, so just before there was some explanations about decentralized staking derivatives. So we are also one of the projects that are trying to approach this problem as well. And let me just introduce you, let me just give you a brief introduction of the problems we're trying to tackle and the solution and what kind of use cases that could arise from this. So yeah, obviously like the title, staking in DeFi, fancy words. So one problem, it's not limited to only like Cosmos, but like a lot of proof of stake blockchains, is that there has been lots and lots of considerations on the security side of proof of stake, but there hasn't been a lot of thoughts put in on the economic effects on proof of stake. So one example is DeFi. So if you look at Cosmos right now, if you stake your atoms, if you delegate your atoms to a validator on Cosmos, you get around, I just checked like a few seconds ago, it was like 10.2% per year. And if you look at like popular DeFi applications, for example, Compound or Uniswap, these are like Ethereum applications, but for comparison, you only get around 0.1% per year in the case for Compound, and like in the case for Uniswap, only like 1% per year. So if you're logical, and most people tend to follow the money. So if Compound and Uniswap decides to migrate onto Cosmos as well, and if that happens, then obviously a lot of people are going to choose to delegate instead of providing liquidity or invest their money into these protocols. And this will obviously cause a decrease in the social benefit, because the fees and the rates of lending would rise in this case. So this also applies for using DeFi as well. For example, MakerDAO and Kava as well. So if you open up a CAP on Kava, you have to miss out on the 10% per year staking rewards on Cosmos. So yeah, there's an increased disincentive here. And this is quite important for Cosmos. So eventually Cosmos is going to connect to Ethereum as well, and Ethereum will be moving on to Ethereum 2.0. And Ethereum 2.0 is currently targeting a reward rate of 3.3%, 30 million Ether staked. That means if you move your Ethereum to Cosmos, then you have to miss out on those rewards. Yeah, so there's an extra disincentive here. And obviously hedging is quite hard. Yep. So like there's a couple more problems on the security side as well. Right now, the current design, the usage of tokens directly competes with the security of the network. So I don't think this is an ideal situation. And recently there have been a few talks, not talks, but like a few tweets about the possibility of atoms being manipulated by a few stakeholders that actually did not delegate. Centralized exchanges are an example. So we wanted to design like a secondary shadow token that is backed by staking positions, and obviously the highlights are going to be, it has to be like decentralized, a Cosmos zone, and it also has to be fully backed. And number 3 and number 4 are here for the usability part. We believe it has to be fungible among all validators, and it has to remain a one-to-one price peg compared to atoms. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll have enough time to explain this. This is the basic design of it, staking and staking. Use cases, you can both stake and invest. You can also hedge or speculate. And number 3 and number 4 are quite interesting as well. You can leverage on delegations. You can sell your staking derivatives in exchange for more atoms and then delegate those as well. And number 4, it might be interesting to some validators. You can basically stake on multiple chains without the need to acquire additional capital. So maybe validate both on Cosmos and Iris using the same amount of money and double your rewards. So this might be interesting, and I guess my time is up. And yeah, I'll see you at the panel. Thank you.